Do you use the McDonald's app when ordering? No, I don't want them to know how often I'm there. I'm not hugely dedicated to like personal privacy. You can have my email address. You can have my fucking browsing history. I got nothing to hide there. My McDonald's order is too much. Not what I'm ordering, but how often and what days I'm there. I don't want you to know that. I don't want you to be able to very easily tell what days I'm depressed and what days I'm out of money. Considering how big Boogie is, that is an insanely reasonable McDonald's order. You got one sandwich and it's not even their biggest sandwich and just got the large fries and a drink. That seems wildly reasonable for 400 plus pounds. Thoughts? What's your go-to McDonald's order? Are we gonna have 20 minutes to talk about this? You guys want to do this right now? I'm gonna have a whole queso moment with this answer. So I like to switch it up. Lately, I've been trying to keep it relatively inexpensive. But my thing with McDonald's is I like how much stuff they have on the menu. So I feel like just getting one sandwich is a little bit underwhelming. And I'm not even really that big of a fries guy. I'm always a 2 sandwiches and a drink guy, right? Lately, what I've been doing is getting a McDouble meal, which is like $6. You get a McDouble, basically a double cheeseburger, fries, 4 nuggets, drink, sauce. I'll do that. And then I'll either get a McChicken and then get an extra McDouble, or I'll get a McDouble meal and get 1 extra McChicken. 2 sandwiches and then the sides that come with it. Easy enough, right? To be cheap, right? Recently, they reintroduced their Big Mac dipping sauce. You can get Big Mac as a dipping sauce for your nuggets, and I love it. I think it's a great sauce. So very recently, I've started getting 10-piece nuggets as a replacement for one of the sandwiches. I'll get a 10-piece nugget with the Big Mac sauce, and then I'll also get like a Big Mac sandwich. No pickles. Sometimes a quarter pounder, sometimes a McCrispy, no pickles, right? 2 sandwiches, sometimes the sandwich gets interchanged for chicken nuggets, right? If I am hungry, what I will generally do is to get 2 big sandwiches. No McDoubles, no McChickens. So this will either be Big Mac, no pickles, plus a double Filet-O-Fish, 2 fish patties, right? No fries, no chicken nuggets. It'll be Big Mac, plus double Filet-O-Fish, plus a Diet Coke. That's my go-to. I'm hungry and I want McDonald's sort of thing. If I don't do a Big Mac, because I am doing a double quarter pounder with cheese, like a giant cheeseburger, that is the only time I will do 1 sandwich. Because a double quarter pounder with cheese is a big fucking sandwich. That is the only time I will do 1 sandwich, and that is the only time I will get fries. Is I will do a double quarter pounder with cheese meal, plain, no pickles. I'll get fries and I'll get ranch to dip the fries in. And that's like the most American of an order I get at McDonald's. What's wrong with pickles? We have 20 minutes. We don't have 40 minutes. It'll take me a whole nother 20 minutes to yell at you about pickles on hot sandwiches, right? That's pretty much my spread. That's my spread of orders. It's been months and months since I've gotten a double quarter pounder. It's been months and months since I've done a Filet-O-Fish. It's pretty exclusively been McChicken, double cheeseburger in one way or another. My last 10 times going to McDonald's has just been McGangbangs. 2 McChicken sandwiches, 2 McDoubles. I shuffle them into 1 sandwich, 1 McChicken, 1 McDouble, you know, like a Scooby-Doo, and then I eat that, and it only costs like $5. And you get 2 of them because I'm fat. I don't know why. Something about the simplicity of it. Maybe it reminds me of high school. It's not even like the best thing on the menu. I can't even really say I like it. But it's like easy. It's like, let me get 2 of these, 2 of that. I'll get 2 more for the wife. And then you shuffle them together. You eat them. It's a nice texture mix. You know? Sometimes I'll eat 1 of the McGangbangs and I'll be like, I'm not actually that hungry. And then I have 2 other sandwiches I just throw in the fridge. I can make 1 later. It's very convenient. Can't do that with fries. Can't do that with a Filet-O-Fish, right? So that's sort of been my legacy of getting stuff. Never get snack wraps. Never get the chicken selects, if you can even call them that at this point. Generally don't do cookies. I have gotten their new fried apple pies a couple times since it's been new. Can't say I'm a huge fan of that. Don't generally get ice cream in any capacity or coffee in any capacity. I did try their new Red Bull Elderflower Blue Raspberry mixer thing. I think for $5, it's a very expensive way to get 1 can of Red Bull worth of drink, but it wasn't bad. And I think it being one of the easiest ways to get a Red Bull through a drive-thru, there actually is a spot for it to exist in the world right now. No Happy Meal? No Happy Meal. No. I think it's been a long time since I've gotten a Happy Meal, and the times that I remember getting a Happy Meal were because I wanted a toy, not because I think the food is ideal. You have great McDonald's taste? I like to think I have a very refined McDonald's order. I like to think if Queso ever wanted to collab and we did the whole, hey, what's your go-to McDonald's order? I like to think he'd be like, yo, this guy knows his shit. This guy's not LARPing as a McDonald's eater. He's not trying to be relatable. This guy actually goes to McDonald's 5 nights a week. And that's because I do. I'm getting lightheaded just thinking about McDonald's. I haven't even eaten McDonald's. And it's fucking raising my blood sugar. I started to like Germa's McDonald's order. A Big Mac, 2 McDoubles, 2 to 4 McChickens, and a 10-piece McNugget. That's insane. That's insane. That's an insane order. Not even because it's really big, but that is a really big order. But like just the combination of sandwiches there make no sense. 1 Big Mac and 2 McDoubles? You're getting both the low quality beef and the higher quality beef sandwich? That doesn't make any sense. And getting McChicken and a bunch of nuggets also doesn't make sense to me. That's odd to me. Surely you would just get a 20-piece nugget. That's very odd to me. I don't think that's a real order. I don't think that's a real order. That's a joke. Not even like, oh, this is how much I order at McDonald's. Look at how much McDonald's it is. I don't even think it's about how much it is. Although that's a lot of food. Just that combination of stuff makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. The lower quality sandwiches make you appreciate the higher quality one. Yes, but the ratio in that order is 6 lower quality sandwiches to 1 higher quality sandwich. Which is, what are you doing? Are you eating all 6 of them and then you get to the McDonald's 80% full, or get to the Big Mac 80% full with the best sandwich at the end? Or are you eating it in the middle of 3 of these sandwiches, 3 of those sandwiches? None of it makes sense. And then where do the nuggets fit in? None of that order makes sense. That dude's lying. That dude's lying. That's not a real order. That's not a real order. That's not a real order.